on the second. Chiefs, Patriots, Chiefs, Patriots, Chiefs, Patriots. That's not an equal number of possessions.
You get 60 minutes to execute
right,
a game plan.
but you have 60 minutes to do that. There's no set amount of time for this. Like it's a set amount of time, but if the other team scores a touchdown, you're done.
Yeah, if
you weren't given opportunity, no. But the flow of a game in 60 minutes, we're only in overtime because the flow of the game, no matter what the possessions broke down into, was an even game. You've now drastically shifted the advantage to the team that holds the ball first.
And the problem there is you just managed to suck enough in 60 minutes to lose the game. So,
yeah, that's the confines of the rule. I don't think there's a better system. The college system.
I just gave you a one.
No.
10 minutes. Play the game.
yeah, you could just do that.
Because then if you lose, you have 10 minutes to do something. You lost.
Yeah.
It's over.
Where just do a kickoff? Just like normal?
Flip the coin for the kickoff. Whoever gets to possess it first. Because that gives you a huge advantage. If you're up 7... And they've got to scramble because they only have 10 minutes, and however it took on that drive, they need to get there. That forces mistakes. You could nail the coffin right there by getting an interception and then just bleeding out the clock. You do get an advantage, but at least the game is going to be played over a time frame.
So
NBA takes it 5 minutes at a time. You just play.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the NBA where they score 100 points on the low end. That's just constant scoring. There's no defense at all in the NBA. Except for when the Knicks are playing.
The NFL is trending towards the same thing.
Yeah.
Every sport is trending towards that thing. Look at baseball. More runs brings more people. People don't want to watch other people just bang each other around for 60 minutes and then it end with like 3 points.
Pornhub says you're wrong.
No, you're right. But at least that they know what they're going into. It's like watching soccer and it ending 0-0. You just spent an hour watching men run around.
Soccer's brutal.
Not if you watch the last Paris Saint-Germain game. They scored 9-0. At one point, I don't even know if there's a goalie. Like, they had been trying to clear it. It went in. They're like, oops. Didn't mean to do that. Just wanted to get it out of here. Like, at a certain point, you just think, like, okay, guys, let's not play any offense. When we get the ball, we'll just kick it away to them. We'll just kind of give it to them. Like, here you go.
Guys, come on. We don't want to seem like assholes. 4 own goals. We'll win 9-4. It's good enough. Own goals, 4 of them.
Yeah, they tried to do that, and they, like, hit it off the crossbar. Went full field.
All the way across the pitch.
Yeah, and into the goal. The goalie was not even expecting it. He was looking off into the stands.
He was taking a piss.
Yeah, he's looking behind for his water bottle. He can't remember which post it's behind. Oh, crap!
I don't like the college model of overtime. I think that's the worst.
Listen, I don't agree with the college model of the overtime.
Like 25
either.
yards?
Right, I don't get it, but it is what it is. I guess it strangely makes sense, but it doesn't.
The only argument is not all of these kids are professional caliber. They don't all have the body and the endurance to be professionals, so we're not going to run them at a professional rate.
That's fine. Because
so player safety in college,
that I can understand. And I can even understand the NFL rule in college. I can get that. You don't want to exhaust these kids. The school has a liability to these children to make sure that they're fine because they're not professional athletes. But these assholes at the top, if you're going to call yourself a professional sport, then at least have the decency to pretend like you are. Because right now, anything I've seen from the NFL in the last 10 years has been nothing more than a clown car of calamity. I don't know how. It started with the Tuck rule.
It's so bad.
No, I'm surprised I got it good out the first time.
Is it just me, or does it seem like, and I'm not saying this because, like, oh, that motherfucker's kneeling, disrespecting.
No, you're saying it because Jerry Jones can't win a playoff game.
Is the NFL becoming, like, unwatchable?
Yeah.
Like, is it trending toward becoming unwatchable? Like, you remember, like, half of the poems that I read last year were about how shitty the games were?
I mean, I don't know that it's getting to be unwatchable. I just think that the problems that the NFL faces, they don't there's no willingness to even acknowledge their existence.
Yeah.
And it's like they always talk about protecting the shield. There's nobody who does more damage than the NFL shield than the NFL. And if they cared about the way that they're received, they would do something about this.
Customer engagement survey type shit.
They choose to do the monkey way out of this, which is see nothing, say nothing, hear nothing, which isn't going to work. Like, people are going to get pissed.
Well, their philosophy on this is like, so we have people getting injured at an alarming rate, and we have people who are kneeling for the flag or kneeling for the national anthem, and we have such and such a problem, people with domestic abuse. So I think we might need to maybe do something if we lose money.
Yeah.
That's what,
they're always going to be a business first, and I get that. That's fine. But your business only lasts as long as your product has the reputation to last.
It's basically the same as, like, the asshole owner from Abercrombie and Fitch who was like, our clothes aren't for fat people. Well, you know what? America's fucking obese, so you just lost a shit ton of business.
Yeah.
You saying and doing the things that you're doing, like, you're trying to bring in the casual fan, you're losing the real fans.
I mean, the NFL, it's going to be hard for the NFL to do something differently until something makes them do it. And I don't know what that kind of event would be. I mean, obviously, there's uproar, but the way the NFL views things is like, don't worry, in 2 weeks, nobody's going to do it.
Do you know what it would take if Fox, CBS, or ESPN were like, we're not going to renew our contract?
Yeah, but they'll never not.
No, because it's going to bring in a ton of money for them.
Right, and they get a ton of advertising money. I imagine that there's a very large percentage. I don't know what the percentage is, and I'm not even going to ballpark to guess. But I'm going to say that there's a considerable amount of money that they expect from advertisers every year, and that a percentage of that is based on having the NFL.
When you get a 30-second commercial that costs $2.5 million, like...
Right, but commercials buy spots in places that are rated high, in high ratings. That's what they do.
That's how you know it's never going to change.
And the NFL's ratings have been dipping, but that's not, I don't think that's necessarily due to the NFL's fault. I think that has to do with people cutting cable. There's other options, and Nielsen's not keeping up with that. Like, you can watch the game on your phone. You can get updates and be out somewhere and just hit the refresh button to see where the ball is, on what particular yard line, what happened the last play, how much time is left in the clock, and the color of the uniform, possibly even the guy selling peanuts and what the price is.
Do you know, I don't know what the numbers are, but there have been a lot of these gastropubs that have popped up in the last 5 years, and people go to them and watch sports.
Yeah.
So they're getting the ratings. Let's say there are 100 of these across the country, 2 in every state, and they each bring in 30 people. That's 3,000 people right there that aren't watching it at their home. That's 3,000 less viewers. Obviously, that's a small number.
I don't know how the TV rating system works. I don't work from.
How many people were there at TGI Fridays watching that game?
It was packed.
Probably close to 100, right?
I'd say they were pretty much almost sold out in space. Yeah.
That was just in one restaurant in Albany.
You went there on Sunday?
We went there for the championship games. Yeah.
Last year,
yeah.
Oh,
sorry, last year.
Well, for the first one.
Yeah.
You had no interest in the second one.
I was going to say the first. It was like this Sunday? Like, is that why you shoveled that little path?
Last year, no. Actually, Christine shoveled that little path.
Gotta make sure I get to Fridays.
Endless apps.
Like, listen, I'm an Endless App fan with the best of them. Although they don't put their best apps on there.
No, it sucks. Yeah, like they took off Meatballs, and it's like $16 now. Mm-hmm. Like,
don't get me wrong, it's a good idea. If you're going to go with a large group of people, everybody orders a different one. That way you never run out. And then the server realizes at a certain point, she's like, fuck.
Yeah.
They planned this.
Yes.
It's like, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need the happy hour menu.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting cheap drinks. Actually, you've had it forever. $5 Long Island. Thank you.
All right. Anyways,
goes to Fridays to get twisted.
Fridays is right away from my house. The Uber driver is like, you know what? Don't even put it in. Just give me like whatever change you have.
So, fun fact, not our This Week in Sports History, but fun fact, Sunday, February 3rd, do you guys know what that day is?
Super Bowl.
It's the Super
Maybe.
Bowl.
Maybe.
Yeah, perhaps. It's
Oh,
also...
It is. That's why we
Pending
know.
that injunction.
The NFL, like, trust me, once the Rams won and you started seeing those commercials for the Rams just won the NFC, there's no going back, okay? They have those sets ready and they need to be shipped out now.
Yeah.
The other stuff needs to go to Africa, and it's already on its way.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Oh, no, it is.
I know.
100%, yeah.
I'm well aware. Like, if it wasn't such a deadly place, I'd go there just to get a bunch of those novelty shirts. I'd be like, dude, I will give you, like, $20 for that shirt.
The Bills did win 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would get all 4 of those.
In Kenya, yeah.
I would. I'd be like, dude, I will give you $100 for all 4 of those shirts.
Speaking of which, if the Patriots go again next year, Bills' record shattered.
Yep. Anyways, so Sunday, we'll talk about that in a minute because I'm going to bring up the revenge tour. Sunday, February 3rd, it'll be exactly 17 years to the day of the last time the Rams and the Patriots met in the Super Bowl. Will history repeat itself? Can Goff and McVay slay their elders to claim another Super Bowl? Or to claim a Super Bowl, another for the Rams. 17 years to the day, Rams and Patriots. How interesting.
Except the only difference is
It's not as interesting as I think. I have a theory about sports championships and timings of events. I can't get into it now because I'm just now amassing my proof that this exists. And
Next week?
It's going to be longer than that.
Okay.
I'm glad to explain it to you, but I'm not putting it out there until I have all the ammunition possible.
All right. Next week we're gonna have a fun show. Next week is we're gonna discuss the Alliance of American Football next week.
The new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I mean,
and
at
we're
least
also
it's football to talk about that can't possibly upset me. Actually, well, that's not.
yeah.
That's
We're not going to give our predictions for the Super Bowl now because then we won't have shit to talk about next week. So we'll hold off on our predictions until that.
the fans are the loser.
The fans are the loser. I'm actually excited to watch the Super Bowl because it's very interesting.
For you?
It's interesting the dynamic. All right, you've got East Coast versus West Coast. All right, you've got the elders Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, the young guns Jared Goff and Sean McVay. You've got a team that lost the Super Bowl in heartbreaking fashion to the other team that they're playing the Super Bowl this year.
you got one AARP and one non-AARP.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting. And if the Rams win, take me to Atlantic City, take me to Vegas, because the fucking Panthers are winning the Super Bowl next year. Because the teams that the Patriots beat in the 2000s were the Rams, the Eagles, the Patriots. Eagles, done. If the Rams win, done. What's left? Panthers beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl next year.
And Bill's record shattered.
So we will see. I'm excited to watch.
I feel like there needs to be a graphic of like the Belichick and Brady as like Vader and Palpatine, obviously, and then Goff and McVay as Luke Skywalker and Han Solo.
They did.
It just works too well.
It really does. Like, you'd think after all these years they would just run out of stories to tell about fucking Patriots. Like, you might as well just put on C-SPAN Civil War lecture. Like, there's nothing more that we can talk about here.
Well, they got this new dynamic that they can speak about. The Patriots, the underdogs of the nation.
They're not.
They're not now,
Everybody,
but they were against the
everybody
Chiefs.
considered them underdogs.
I
Right.
didn't think they were against the Chiefs. To be
But-
honest with you.
They can...
They were.
Whatever. No.
Yeah, inflated.
Yeah. No, I'm not. That's Patriot fan self-stroking. I'm not having it.
It's the
Oh, we're the underdogs. Shut up. Yeah, because your life has been so difficult with your multiple championships.
surprisingly a box showed up at one Patriot